Volatility is coming quite a bit from that spike, but yeah, this continues to leak lower, and until there's a catalyst, whatever that might be, right? It could be some sort of regulatory development. Until that changes, again, it's not something that I'm trying to buy 66 here. I think I'm going to wait. That said, we've got a couple of slides, and we do have Coinbase earnings, which I want to talk through for a second.
Are those after the close today, or did they already?
I think I believe it's Thursday. Since I'm not on again, just wanted to set the stage. But yeah, taking a look here at our expected moves, not much has changed here. You know, we've been chopping inside of this range. You got a $5,000 expected move for Bitcoin, 200 to 225 at times. In ETH, you're starting to see lower lows in that 1 week, one standard deviation range that gets priced in here. So 62 to 72 and, about 1,800 to 2,200 is going to be your range in ETH. Solana hasn't changed. SUI, XRP, I mean, prices are leaking a little bit lower with the rest of the market. But keeping an eye on Bitcoin and ETH. If I got sub 60 in Bitcoin, I'm probably looking to take advantage of that.
That was kind of the low that they, like when we had that big move, right?
Yeah, I think he got down to 60 and a half, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I realistically think you could see, and people don't want to hear this, but in terms of what I'm looking at here, I think you could get 1,500, 1,400 in ETH on an extreme move. You know, it's like, where's that final capitulation possibly? Not saying it goes
trade
there.
up to 2,000 today. We're 19. I mean, you look at Ethereum. I mean, you're talking about $400 or $500. That's not an. I mean, I guess that's a crazy move when you're thinking about where it came from. I mean, it was 4,500 just a few months ago. So I mean, that would be pretty much what, almost 3/4 of their.
Yeah,
almost 5/8. Yeah,
I don't think it's crazy to see a trading range that's 1,500 to 3,000. We know the all-time high in ETH is closer to 5. I do think that you get to new all-time highs. There's tons of companies that are building on this chain. You just saw the Robinhood chain. You know, they've announced that over a couple of quarters. That's coming soon. You've got Coinbase's Base network is a good example of what companies are doing with optimistic roll-ups, with Ethereum L2s. I think, again, it's still early in terms of that technology. Now, what is the value of that? Well, I think over time it's higher, but today, you know, ETH has seen its market cap get hit pretty hard, and the market continues to push this lower, at least for now. So I think you have to trade accordingly, and maybe you find an opportunity to get 1,500, you get 1,400, or maybe it's here at 1,800. That said, we do have Coinbase earnings on Thursday, and just wanted to take a look at this with you guys, a little bit of a different approach. There might even be an opportunity here a day or two ahead, just given what we've seen in the market and how Coinbase is trading. But what I've done previously, or like to do at times, is just go back and look at what happened. Not that it's a predictor at all of what's going to happen this time around earnings, but just to put some context around it. We've got 8 quarters, of earnings announcements of Coinbase that we looked at. And the average move that you get has been about 4.5%. The biggest one, though, 17%. 1 week later, on average, right around that 4%, 3.5%, 4% move there. And it has been lower 6 of the last 8 times it's reported. 1 week later, it has stayed in that negative territory, down 5 of the 8 times that we've looked at. Average absolute move that you get is about 8%. When I looked at this morning, and it is whipping around quite a bit, stock was
down $11 today. Yeah,
move today.
So options implied move on the 2-day expiration here for this week was about 9%. But if you go out, I think there's actually, the vol is going to be lower than the earnings annualized vol move. But you go out into the next month or so, get into that March expiration. If you wanted to take a contrarian view of what we've seen historically here and bet on a bounce, or just bet that vol is pretty high, you're getting per strike vols that are 100% or higher in here. You could probably sell that 100 put. You lose a little bit of liquidity as you get lower. You'll see on the option chain there.
They're still 5-10 cents wide. They're good. They're good markets.
Okay.
Yeah. They're in March with 37 days, talking about the monthly options. Yeah.
So that's kind of the way that I'm looking at this. I do think that you probably want to sell premium in here, just given the very strong, almost perfect correlation between coin and Bitcoin over the last 30 days.
Yeah.
This is just trading with the weakness that we've seen in the market and has been that way since the blow up. That said, when you look at what could possibly bring some buyers into the market, you need to or want to focus on the subscription revenue and the diversification of Coinbase's revenue. This is an exchange for sure, and previously, and it continues to kind of be valued solely based on trading volumes.
Yep.
And the revenue that's associated with that. Well, year over year, that's going to be massively lower. That's in these numbers. I think that that's priced in. What you could see in terms of relief is a surprise in the upside for subscription revenue. You saw that to some extent with Robinhood. Coinbase launched their credit card. You need the Coinbase One subscription to get some of the benefits there. And so I think that could be, at least that would be, in my opinion, the thing to focus on if you're trying to figure out, all right, what's next for coin. But you're getting down to some of those levels where, again,
back to where it was in April of last year when it, right before it made that moonshot to like 450. But the currency, the cryptocurrencies all did better too. So
absolutely.
I mean, one hand washes the other. You're gonna have to get that too. But yeah, it is interesting. And the 8-9%, expected move. Now the stock's down 7% today. Volatility is going to stay bid, especially with usually the stock going to the upside. Volatility gets even greater because the velocity is to the upside. Coin definitely becomes a player for earnings, which are tomorrow after the close. And if you look at the markets, they're okay.
10 cents wide.
The out of the money puts, like you're mentioning, they're $2 and change. They're going to have tight markets. $3 and change, $4 and change. It'll be good. Yeah. You get to the call side, and those options get a little bit, meatier.
50, 60 cents wide.
You got to be a little bit more selective with your pricing and maybe a vertical spread. But I would expect that volatility stays bid all the way into this, and
for sure,
no hurry putting on a trade unless you're looking to play it to the upside and you've got it down, 7%. Now you want to play a little bit of a maybe, an earnings play. Maybe I would warrant it if you were bullish doing it today.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to go lower tomorrow, but taking advantage of this move today, probably something.
I went with a put ratio. Thanks for watching. If you want more context and more ways to think about markets, check out more of our videos. And don't forget, give us a like, comment, subscribe, and watch Tasty Live.